Egyptian solar god, sun god, where the sun will never set. That's right, we talking about the heaven of the ancient Egyptians, which is the pale man's hell. You should understand that. We can't all be the same. That's impossible. That we all have our divine codification that has been applied to us upon creation. We are different than any other being in the universe. We are unique in our responsibility, in our makeup, in our frequency and origin. We got we got to acknowledge this. We have to acknowledge this. And so the day has come where this is their Ragnarok. You see, when you talk about Surtur, which is the fire demon of Ragnarok that will set the earth ablaze. Not only will he set the earth ablaze, he gonna set the heavens of Asgard. He gonna set the European heaven ablaze. He gonna burn it all up. He gonna burn up the 9 worlds. You see, and that's their concept of existence. He gonna burn all that up. Yeah, ain't nothing gonna survive the wrath of Ra. You didn't play too much with the children of the Most High. And when we talk about, see, even there, when you talk about the Most High, see, y'all keep looking at some Neanderthal in the sky or some anthropomorphic being. When we say the Most High, just like I said, a word you could replace with the S-U-N, the Most High. Who is the Most High? The S-U-N. That's the Most High. You see, that's another one. Replace it with the Son, and damn it, the whole damn scriptures will become, it will begin to peel off the lies. That act alone. You got to wake up, and you'll be transformed through a portal back into the world of ancient Egypt and New Valley. All those civilizations who venerated the Most High. Because that's the cosmic order. We was in cosmic order. Today we have fallen out of cosmic order. So you see they on the run. And so when we talk about Revelations 21, let's go there. In 21:23, and it says, in the city where, matter of fact, let me, yeah. See, in here they try, I'm going to break this down. I'm going to stay, because what they trying to do, they trying to trick you that the sun is not God. And it says the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine. You see, in it, for God had lightened it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. So this is a manifestation where they trying to purge you from your solar connection, your connection to the cosmos. They want you to worship an inanimated object, a created creature, a lifeless being. Who is this God? You see, you don't know no goddamn God, but you know creation. You know the creation, and the most powerful manifestation of the Creator is creation. So following the, if God, now let me not use God, because God, and when we say the Creator, we never seen creation created. Is all we even have to call it creation. We can call it existence. You see, so but we don't want to blow people's minds clean out the damn skull. So what we'll do, we'll say the Creator, but see, this is living. Creation is living. Frequencies, energies, all of that, and you could live by the codes of creation. You can't, all this shit you losing, and you wonder why you losing everything that they say. Yeah, that's right. But there's nothing wrong with religion. You see, when you say people never had a religion, yeah, they had a religion. Yes, they did have a religion. People quit, but they were their own religion. We got to quit saying what is not one. Once it becomes codified. See, spirituality is one thing, religion is another. Religion is when it becomes institutionalized. When you have a priesthood and you have laws in which the priest got to live by, that becomes religion. Yes, but it's based on the natural order of the universe. The thing is about Europeans, they religion was not based on the natural laws of the universe. It was based on inanimated object, lifeless deities, yeah, in which was disconnected from the cosmos. So when we say religion, religion only means that it's, you see, that's what it means. Religion means that there's rules, and there are rules in the Egyptian religion. It is rules. I mean, you can. I mean, anything you say that we got that too. They didn't have none of that. You think the white man could create a religion? Couldn't create no. He didn't. I mean, religions take institution. Listen to me. Let me show y'all about religion. We have to break this shit down. I'm tired of people saying that the Egyptians did not have a religion. Yes, they did have a religion. They had spirituality, but they developed into a religion, which means they codified it, meaning that they had reached an exact science and people had to live by that. Spirituality means you freestyle. That's all spirituality means. You freestyling. Well, the Egyptians institutionalized their spirituality. Anytime you got a priesthood, that's order, that's organization, that's institution. The first, let me explain something about a religion. The first thing that establishes religion is a book. When you look at the religion of Christianity, what is it founded on? The book. The spirit. Who taught them to have spiritual books? The Egyptians. You see, but the thing is, our religion was based on ourselves, the divinity in ourselves, which was profound. People can have spirituality, but goddamn it, that don't mean you have reached the exact sciences that the Egyptians. That's right. Ritual repetitive studies. That's another. That the Egyptians had that, but they were exact sciences. That I'm not going. You know, they were exact sciences. So Egyptians had spirituality, but they also had religion, which means you institutionalize your spirituality. You see what I'm saying? There's laws and things spirituality, there is no laws. But when you say, hell my I have not poisoned the water, hell my I have not poisoned the land, hell my you see, I have not eaten sacred animals on sacred days, things of that nature. You had codification in that. That's religion. Spirituality ain't no laws, ain't no rules to go by. You see what I'm saying? And so the Egyptians created religion. There's no way you could create religion without institution. And there's no way to create institution without alphabet, writing, scrolls and shit of that nature. That's religion. That is religion. So I'm sick of people saying, and that's no disrespect to the family, because there's nothing wrong with religion. Long as it's founded on your own divinity is right and exact. But when religion becomes you following laws and rules that disconnect you from the cosmos and your own divinity, then that's a trap. You see what I'm saying? The religion of the ancient Egyptians was founded on the spirituality that they had been practicing, but it had become so advanced that they could no longer just memorize it. You see what I'm saying? The Nubians had become too advanced just to freestyle. They began to codify and write them formulas down. You understand? They got goddamn the master in the cosmos. You can't freestyle that. You have to institutionalize that. So they began to write down, the different stars that arose in different cycles of the zodiac that brought some, like the floods and different weather patterns and all of this. And so they wrote that. That's institution. That's institution. You're writing it down now. It becomes too advanced to freestyle. You see what I'm saying? You begin to compile so many great ideas. You begin to compile so many formulas. You cannot freestyle. That's why writing and institution and all of that became so necessary in Africa. I thank y'all for being in the house, family. I thank y'all for being in the house. And to all, we created religion. Ain't no fucking way no white man created no religion. He didn't even have a goddamn book into the printing press. How the hell you gonna create a religion? How is you gonna create a religion? And the foundation of any religion is the book. And they didn't even get the goddamn book into the printing press in the 1400s. They ain't even had no religion. They didn't even have spirituality. They was just being, spiritually in prison. They didn't have no religion. They didn't have no spirituality. Y'all giving crackers too much. Y'all giving them too much credit. They ain't created no spirituality or no damn religion. African people created all of that. You feel what I'm saying? Anyway, I appreciate y'all, family. We got a fire line up today. Gutenberg. Yeah, that's when they started, and even then, it took him 200-300 years after he created the printing press to really get educated in an alphabet. Anyway, family, I'll get black with you. I'm coming right black. Patreon, man, I'm uploading some file on there today. If you're not on there, you're playing games. There's no reason for you not to be able to dip into that well of wisdom. Patreon General Seti. General Seti, one stop Etsy, kingseti.com. Man, we on fire. I see y'all in a minute. Boom. Black power.